welcome back everybody to Our Healer, Our Protector with Ryan Reichert and Lisa.
Sander. Hi, everyone. It's
Hey,
Tuesday.
it is Tuesday. And so we're going to start this one off with a little bit of housekeeping in the beginning, knowing that no one wants it, but we got to talk about it. So a lot of time, all you fine people watching, we definitely know you are because, we're getting 1,000 plus people watching per episode, but maybe not everyone subscribes. So hit the subscribe button right now and give us a thumbs up for a like, and then share it with one of your friends so we can continue to build this platform out for everybody, and we can go from there. Second thing, we want to continue to push for the Scottsdale, Arizona retreat, the 23rd to the 26th of October. Super excited for that. And if you want to be on the podcast, we do have openings still for those inner circle for being on the podcast. So I think that's enough housekeeping to start us off
Yes,
with it.
let's go. Everyone, join us. Who wants to have fun with us in Scottsdale, Arizona? And all you people, we've had 117,000 views. Um, let's go. I want you to hit that button and subscribe and share with others. Let's get that 117,000 subscribers. That would be
There we
lots of
go.
fun.
All right. Take it away, Miss Lisa.
All right. We all have daily opportunities. We have daily opportunities to be truth to ourselves, be truth to others. And by living in your truth, there's nothing to hide and you can be your best self. And being in your truth, I mean, we'll have sad days, happy days. Today was not one of those days for me. I got a low need for all those people that work in the hospital. I wasn't feeling myself. So I literally laid around and did nothing. I slept a lot today.
I have a question. What's low
Go ahead.
need?
Oh, low need is when you volunteer to take the day off because there's too many people at the hospital. So I took a low census need. I asked for it because I knew that I needed to take care of myself. And when you know you need to take care of yourself and you need a health day, it's really important that you listen to your body so you can recoup and regenerate so you can get up the next day. And then I want to read something to you about daily opportunities. When we have a revelation of the truth, we should seize it right away. When the opportunity for freedom arises, we should hesitate to take full advantage of it. The prisoner doesn't stand in front of an open door and wonder if they should walk through it. In the same way, we shouldn't overlook the glorious freedom Christ offers us. He stands in front of us with abundant mercy and grace. It's our responsibility to respond to what he already has done. You can't change the past, and you cannot control what will happen in the future. All you have is the ability to respond to Jesus today. In this moment, you can turn around to him and surrender your heart. You can kneel at the cross and humbly declare his greatness. You can choose to honor him with the decision you make, and you can experience the unending love he has for you. And I love this because if you are just your genuine self and being gracious and show God the love that you can show others, doors are going to open up for you. And like he said, what if you showed a prisoner their way out? There's a door. You get to leave. They're not going to question it. They're going to walk out. And when you have something in front of you, whether it's to stick up for somebody, to not go blinded, or you're having words come out your mouth to hurt others, or if you have an opportunity that's coming at you, like you have someone that's giving you an opening to make your life better and you don't take it, those are God's openings. Why wouldn't you go for it? Why wouldn't you stick up for someone? Why don't you tell the truth? And it's because we're scared. But if we stay scared, we're not helping ourselves or others. If you stay scared as a parent, your kids You are showing them to stay scared, to stay quiet. Take the chances and go through those doors that God has opening for you. And I think Ryan, and God will block doors too. Ryan, why don't you tell the story about what happened last week when you were traveling?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, so no, I definitely agree. We've hit it a number of times before I get into the story is, act small, get small, play small, all the different things. Like he doesn't want you to be afraid of anything. That's somebody else that works in a different part of eternity and so forth. But yeah, so last week had an amazing opportunity to speak out in Bismarck, North Dakota. Hadn't been on that side of North Dakota in a while, and was out there with Ryan Botner's Cornerstone speaking, and super blessed and excited for that. And I'll actually be part of that team again coming up here in October around, I think, the 22nd at Fargo. So looking forward to that if anybody's in the Fargo area and wants to hear four amazing speakers. And then I guess I'll be the fifth one. But yeah, let's talk about it. On my way back was Wednesday night after speaking, and I was just going to drive, I think, all the way back to Minneapolis, like even though it was probably 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, which wouldn't be that smart to do. So a few hours into the trek, I was just going to stop in Fargo. And my mom texted me saying, "Hey, on Thursday, I could come meet you in Fargo on your way home." Well, she didn't know that I took off Wednesday night and was thinking about heading all the way back. And it was about an hour outside of Fargo when she texted. So I was like, I'll give her a call. And I looked and I was 2.5 hours away from Grafton, North Dakota, for those who like geography. And so I decided to go see my mom. And, kind of when the Lord tells you, like, hey, your mom is wanting to see you, you should probably listen. But, for me, anyways, I was like, I can spend the night up there and, have breakfast in the morning and hit the road. And so got up there about 9:30 at night. We talked for about an hour and then went to bed. Had breakfast the next morning and got ready to hit the road. And my truck didn't start. And I got it for all you guys that are the Ford, Dodge, whatever. Yes, I do drive a Chevy. And it's brand new, and it didn't start. And what was so cool about it is her neighbor Stuart, heard me trying to start it, and it wasn't turning over. She's like, maybe if we pray, it'll start. And we prayed over the vehicle, and it still didn't start. But the cool thing is, then I wasn't planning on sticking around for the day, and we got it out to the Chevy dealership, and they weren't going to be able to look on it till Friday, and so I got to spend the whole day with my mom. Certainly not planned. And it was really wonderful, actually. I got to see her with some of her teacher friends because my mom was a teacher for over 40 years. And they have lunch on Thursdays, and then they quilt together at the church. And pretty special to see, I don't know, half dozen great Christian women utilizing their talents. And they make quilts all year long, and they, to sober homes or homeless shelters or, I don't know. I think Lisa has a quilt. I probably got a dozen quilts that my mom's made. And it was just really amazing to get to spend the day with her. And I really enjoyed it. And it's so awesome because when I think about when we just surrender and know that I could have done a lot of things. I could have, like let my truck stay there and, they weren't going to be able to get it fixed till Monday. I could have stayed there, I guess, longer. They did get the truck running and I drove it all the way down to Minneapolis. Well, I didn't because I left actually my clothes and my computer in the back of my mom's car and I had to turn around after driving about, I don't know, 100 and whatever miles south. Anywho, what I'm getting at here is like, he has plans for you that you don't even know about. And we talked about first lasts, I think a few podcasts back about the girls and their senior year and stuff like that. But this time around, I think it's the first last when you don't realize that, like, and I'm not saying, that, whatever, mom's in decent health, but she's, had surgery back in August and she'll have surgery again here in a few weeks. And don't try to control so much that you end up missing these amazing opportunities, to say goodbye, or even just know that you're putting in the extra time and you were given the extra time and you just like had other things in your. And I want to read this one passage from Proverbs real quick, and then I'll let you take the wheel back, Lisa. So Proverbs chapter 16, verse 8, 9. Better to have little with godliness than to be rich and dishonest. We can make our own plans, but the Lord determines our steps. And, like I said, I'd had lots of different plans last week on when I was going to come back. And, all of them were, I mean, like my Fridays look the same if I'm back in Minneapolis. There's Bible study, and then I go have lunch, and then I go to AA meeting. Last week got to spend the morning with my mom and have breakfast twice.
There's something you missed.
And what's that?
Well, when I remember you calling me and I said, well, there must be something that you need to do, that for some reason you left your bag and stuff in your mom's car, and you ended up get to help somebody.
I did.
When
Yeah,
you went
that's
back.
right. That's right. Yeah, you had mentioned that there's probably somebody that you're going to run across on your double
You're
back.
gonna need to help.
And I did. North
Yep.
of Fargo, lady had a flat tire, and I stopped and helped her for a second. And yeah, I mean we could tell those stories like when you're looking for them, when we're not so caught up in our own self-righteous BS. You can see all of it all the way around, like to be able to help my mom move totes and stuff like that, like, because she had hip surgery, last month. Yeah, all the different things that you're there and you don't realize it. And we just always are preoccupied in our own little worlds, and we just never slow down, and we don't realize that we can make our own plans, but the Lord determines our steps. And it's really cool today. I was actually just on a podcast literally an hour ago, and in it all, being able to talk about, the books and the course and this podcast, and how, he literally determines our steps. And so many times, just like you open it up, Lise, that we don't want to see it. We don't want to do it. We're afraid. It's work, like, and it really isn't. Like when you really start to get into it and really do it for everyone else and for him, it's perfect, I guess.
Like wonderful things can happen. Yeah, I think there's a lot of doors that open for people, and they're so busy and preoccupied with life that they're not seeing what's right in front of them. They're not seeing the opportunities. And this is why Ryan and I started our podcast. This is why, Ryan, you started writing books, and we're trying to help other people. We saw opportunities that we could take. What are you laughing at? Oh, hi, May. Do you want to be on our podcast today?
I think she does.
Can we see her?
Yeah.
Hi, May.
No, she has her duck, so she just wants to play
Oh, okay.
fetch. And this is what the duck looks like for everyone who. So
And animals do help. So if you are sad out there or having a day and you feel lonely in life, I suggest to get an animal. I like dogs. So, but dogs are loyal, they're loving, and they can truly help you have a reason to get up in the morning and take them outside, and they can bring good things to you. We have dogs come in the hospital, and they're there to see patients, and they cheer us nurses up. They come into our nurses station and we're like, oh my gosh, all of us like brighten up and lighten up and get all excited. So thank you, May, for helping us out with our podcast.
right. Yeah, it's time to play. Oh, too much time working today.
No, we are so grateful. It was I'm sure it's homecoming for some of you out there with your kids and bringing back memories when you were a kid. Things have changed. You can't do homecoming king and queen anymore, I guess. That's probably something that I really don't understand, but it is what it is. I will always go back to not everyone gets trophies, and we need people to inspire us and do good things. So kind of sad that they took that away because anybody can be a king and queen who you vote for.
But you do get
Um,
to like paint overalls or whatever, like your school colors, and put like all
yes,
kinds of stuff on. That's like the thing, the new thing. I know both girls did that.
yeah. So they have different things and they celebrate the week of homecoming. And oh, and I just thought of something. Wouldn't it be great if we celebrated of our homecoming? If we celebrated into heaven, if we could celebrate every day of the life that we get to have and the freedom that we get to have and make good choices to help others and celebrate of when we go home. So I want you to think about that. There's people in our lives that come in and out for the good or for the bad and lessons to learn. And some of the stuff you don't want to repeat. And remember that when it keeps coming back to you, when someone's not good in your life, God will keep showing you, and you need to listen. You need to pay attention. Ryan, you've really helped me with that in my life of wanting to be good to myself and accepting good people in my life and people to inspire me. And I hope to do that for others.
Yeah, no,
And
I mean,
sometimes you got to walk away.
yeah, I know. I think I mean, definitely the boundaries. I mean, unfortunately, and I struggled with this. I had to set a boundary with somebody I was working with just recently, and I only been working with them for a couple months. And yeah, I mean, I can't care more than anybody to put in the work when it comes to doing business. And I think that's a struggle, right? Because like today I look at saving souls versus saving lives versus the betterment or whatever it looks like. And yeah, to that end though, we still need to, establish boundaries and stick to those boundaries. And as people pleasers, um, I have a tendency like maybe not to stick to that and not, adhere to the established standard that we put in place. And that hurts people a lot because some people can't see how damaging they are to others. And, they want to make excuses of, you didn't give me enough time to get to know me, or, I didn't mean it, or I thought you'd understand. And it's like, no, there's a standard for a reason. And, like if you don't adhere to that standard, then it's one where, fortunately just don't continue to be in business together. You don't be in friendships together, whatever that looks like. We've talked about it before, but like, yeah, to me, recently, it's the first time in a while that like it's, that sorry, was a non-negotiable. So.
So saying that, both of us in our coaching, if I'll say it again, if for some reason you're not a match with us or we don't feel it, or if you don't feel it, it's really important to set boundaries. And the good thing is Ryan has a lot of people he knows, and so do I. So we'll point you in the right direction to find the right people. When we mentor people, we make it about you and what you want in life. Um, as Ryan has had to let somebody go, it's especially when you're starting to get to know someone, like we don't know your past and we just want to move towards your future and finding the steps to do that. In order to do that, you have to look into yourself and know, I do want to make a transition. And you have to love yourself enough to make a transition. And some tough love is a part of that. And with our families and children and people that are struggling in relationships, remember that you got to take accountability also along with that, just as Ryan and I do in our relationships with others.
I have to say this because I just looked down in Proverbs 17:21. It is painful to be the parent of a fool. There is no joy for the father of a rebel. So I thought that very befitting. Just
That
only
is
knowing,
befitting.
just knowing the circumstances to the backstory that we're talking about.
I just want to let everyone know out there that we believe in you. If you were to come to us and you've had strikes against you, I'm still going to believe in you. Ryan is still going to believe in you. If you have a relationship that needs some help or reuniting, or you just have a relationship that you want to keep it going and keep it strong, connect with us. And we're going to help you through that. And there's going to be some people out there be like, okay, you guys both come from divorces. You are in a relationship. That doesn't mean we don't have experience. We put in 20 some years in other relationships. And this is what was awesome, Ryan, being with you is that we get to learn through the process and we have the tools. And now we know from experience what's going to work. In relationships, if you're talking about couples, um, it's financial is a big one that is so important to be on the same page. Religion, if you are for it or if you're not, and which one, how are you going to do that together? Because if you come from different religions or one is religious and one is not, it's very important to talk through. If you have children and how you want to raise them, or if you're coming to a blended family, what are the expectations? I know, Ryan, your kids being older than mine, we are treating them like adults and let them make their choices when they're ready to blend or not. And we don't have all the answers, but as everyone, we're doing the best that we can. And what your future looks like. How do you want to live your life? How do you want to retire? Do you want to travel, or is it important that you spend every weekend with your family? Like, what does that look like? Do you guys exercise together? What is important to you and what are your values? Those are all important things to discuss. And those are things that Ryan and I can bring to the table to help you through as a couple, or if you're just starting off in a relationship and you want to make it right, this is how you can connect with us. We're just real people living life. Ryan, you have been a leader all through being a lieutenant colonel and returning from the Army. I have been in leadership roles as a charge nurse. I know how to lead people also. And we just don't walk the walk. I'll be truthful. When you get to know us, we'll be more open, more than what you see here. I'll talk about my struggles and I'll talk about how I never wavered from God. And I am able to show up. Even at work, when it was hard, I would come with a smile on my face and I would push through it because I knew God's got me. But I put my needs aside at work and I wanted to help others. If I could show strength through that, I get strength through helping others. And then that builds me up. So I just want to let all you know out there that we are here to help and guide you. And if there is a certain podcast that you want us to touch on, Ryan probably could want to push us in a more standing our stance. I'm a little bit more cautious about that. I don't like conflict. I don't want to rumble up any feathers. I just want to stay peace. And so people want to be on our podcast. But we are going to get into some more topics that people might agree with or not agree with, or Ryan and I might not agree with each other. But we're going to start them because this is life, and some hard questions are going to come down and we're going to answer them. And we will do it through our love in our heart. And it's how God guides us. So,
1,000%. Amen. Drop the mic.
well, we just want to say thank you, everyone, for joining in this week and this coming next week. I want you to be more truthful to yourself. If you're upset about something, dig down deep and find out what's making you upset. Is it because you're not living your truthful self? Are you having resentment towards someone, but actually is it resentment towards yourself because you haven't been open and honest of what you want in life? That's what it comes down to. If someone calls you out on something, don't get defensive. Like, really listen and be like, oh, maybe I should change that. Or if you have someone that keeps knocking you down, maybe they're not for you. Everyone deserves respect. Everyone needs to listen to each other. But if something's not making you happy or you keep butting up against something, maybe it's time to let go and walk away. But show with love and kindness. And that's all I ask, and be your authentic truth self. I know that's repeatable and keep saying that, but if you show joy and love to yourself, that'll come out to others. If you're coming to work all crabby or to a family member, that's on you because of course they're going to respond in a different way. So just think about your demeanor and your reflection when someone's talking to you or how you're being with other people. So I just pray for everyone to have a safe week. Stick up for those who need it at the right times and do something good. Let's see how many people that we can give out to this week. Like, see how many good deeds that you can do, opening a door for someone, or if someone's crabby, I've talked about this before, in a line and they're upset with the person that's working it. Like, try to help out the person working and say, hey, I know you're working hard. You can't help it that this is happening at this time. Just let's be kind to each other. Let's spread kindness.
Fantastic. It's perfect. It's wonderful. And let's go.
We'll end it there. Hey,
Yeah.
everyone. Wait till next week. We're going to start talking about some tougher subjects, and stick with us and you'll see what's coming next.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.